Hello, everybody, and welcome to the newest indoor adventure in Apocalypse Keys, Part 6, the Manananggal Murders. Today is September 24th, 2023, and you are loved. And that is a very important thing that we like to remind each and every single one of our viewers and listeners at the beginning of each and every single one of these games. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point, or you can go towards anywhere audiocasts are being made available for free. You can find us there under the same moniker. And speaking of things that are being made available for free, if you go to patreon.com/indooradventures, you can check up on our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. So if you have any questions for myself or any of these other fine folk, the easiest place to go to get the answers to those questions is, again, pop on Discord. It's a great time. And our Patreon. The links to both of those can be found in the Twitch chat to the side or in the description of this video or audio cast down below. But let's say you already support us on Patreon. You already support us on Twitch and YouTube and all of those other wonderful places, and you're trying to think to yourself, where can I go to help support this fantastic show even more? Well, guess what, Acorns? I got your back. Quite literally, in fact, because if you go to indooradventure.redbubble.com, we got t-shirts, we got posters, we got mugs, we got crop tops, throw pillows, shower curtains, aprons, clocks. We even have face masks right over here. I found it at the last second. I thought I wasn't going to be able to, but they have the symbol of Tiamat upon them, designed by our very own Cyberwolf 1201, where all of the proceeds of our merch currently goes to help support Doctors Without Borders. So if you would like to help support a good cause or possibly help support the show, you can again go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. That is Indoor Adventure, no S at the end, .redbubble.com. But that is it for my opening spiel. Hey, Noir, who are you playing today?
Today I'm playing one Joe, also known as Judas Iscariot, who's never done anything wrong in his life ever. He's just a sweet boy. I'm lying. He's an awful piece of crap, but I enjoy playing him. Now stop perceiving me.
Hello, I'm next in the order. I'm Anita, and today I am playing Dynast, aka Din. I use she, they pronouns. Dynast uses any pronouns, and Dynast is the last playbook, who is a angel of the Lord who might have killed God.
Maybe. Hey everyone, it's me, SirHeckaLot. You know. And as per usual, tonight I am playing Eden, the found playbook, who is an embodiment of nature. The two of us use she, they pronouns.
I'm the Indoor Adventurer, he, him, and tonight I shall be playing as Lucius Alexander, even though we just gained some abilities from the Spectre playbook. We are actually quite hungry.
And that just leaves me, everybody. Hi, how you doing? I'm your friendly neighborhood GM, and I'm going to take these wonderful players through a honey heist romp. I mean, never mind. We're being mean today. We're playing the Apocalypse Keys, and everyone's gonna become a harbinger today. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm gonna, or she, not she, her. Oh, good lord, that was old. I use any pronouns. Give them all to me, or none of them. I don't care. You want to roll that intro because I flubbed that.
Intro, hey!
There are things that go bump in the night, and we are the ones who bump back.
Hope you liked that intro. I sure do. I almost knocked over my background. I'm having a great day.
It was a delightful intro. And, if you want to get your own intro like that, we can hook you up with the person who made it and also the person who scored that delightful custom audio for us. Just ask us in the chat and we'll let you know who it is.
Sarah, I know that you're being haunted right now. Is the person who made that intro with us in the room right now?
Can you see me winking?
I can.
I'm not a good winker.
But
Oh my god, they're right behind me.
They're right below me on the overlay.
Yes, but all bits aside, y'all, thank you, Heck, for that wonderful intro. And thank you to our buddy Zach, aka Sneakernet, or Yep, it's Zach on Twitter. Check both of them out. Y'all great. So that out of the way. Last week, you all got a sense of something foreboding coming for you. As Joe and Eden, you saw a creature with too many eyes and mouths lift a veil of its beautiful Victorian outfit and point at you. You all heard the words in your head that something was about to arrive. And then it was gone. Din and Lucius, you did not see this figure, but you heard that strange voice in your heads. And something is not right. What does the group do?
Okay. Are we all together again?
no.
Last we left off, you were still on the street. So if you
Okay.
want to make your way back, you definitely can do that. No
Yeah, I
problem.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
we
we got
gotta
some
be together.
intel. We got some intel to share.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say
big important details.
let's say that you all meet at the front entrance as Din and Lucius were coming out to try and find you, and you were heading back in to try and find the two of them. And you all have a little meet cute at the front door.
Hello, everyone. Sorry for the outburst. I'll have you know, Man Bun is still alive, but we did rifle through his things, and we found. Well, first I found some really just troubling pictures of the stuff. I cannot wait to blackmail them, but that's more of a personal thing. On the other side of it, he's got pictures of all of our friends here on his computer, and I believe Eden found something as well.
Yeah, he definitely had evidence or paraphernalia of really all of that, of probably producing Manananggal salt.
Now, I'm not one to say I told you so, because I feel like our mission at this moment is more important than me being right. That being said, I'd like to make sure that I was right.
Lucius found something as well. There was
And
a...
yeah,
No, go ahead.
it's a smashed cell phone that is full of desperate and angry text messages. But I think these, like, the angry, desperate text messages might have started after Joe. Like, if, like, as far as like time frame goes, like, this could, like, it might be correlative, possibly. But it appears to be a cell phone that Man Bun would have.
Was there a password on it? Because there wasn't one on the laptop.
I think the only thing that was close enough to be a passcode on it was swipe right to unlock.
Oh, his idiocy is consistent, at least. Well,
It looks like he might be working with someone.
you don't think he's working with the same people our doctor friend was working with, do you?
I mean, I guess we can't really say for certain yes or no.
Couple of toes, and I'm sure he'll tell us.
Do we think we have enough time for that? I mean, this building is starting to really come down.
We need to hurry and find the store.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, there was one other peculiar event. We heard a voice.
What did the voice say?
Something in reference to my lord, my god, or I think it's in relation to that old god that we discovered at the temple.
The voice said, "My liege, is this truly what you want?"
I recall now. The voice said, "My liege, is this truly what you want?" I'm just filled with thoughts of punching man, but
we heard the same.
Oh, well, that is something.
But you saw something we did not. What was it? What did it look like?
Very hard to recall. I recall hearing the voice. I don't recall seeing where it came from.
I think it's time we put all the facts together and try and find the store. It's time to develop a theory, I think.
Yeah. Develop a theory and let's see if that roll to locate the door is right.
Okay.
So,
okay, let's see. What do we have connected so far? The smashed cell phone with the harbinger.
yeah, that does have something to do with the harbinger, and that will remain true no matter whether your roll succeeds or fails, because Lucius set that up for you all. To remind chat how this works, the players have uncovered keys. There is a certain amount of keys that correspond to the facets of the story. The facets of the story here are the Harbinger, the Door of Power, the murder victims, and the decline of the Manananggal. The smashed cell phone has already been linked to the Harbinger and cannot be changed. However, the other facets will need to be linked to the uncovered keys that the party has collected. Now we'll let you all discuss.
Okay. I think that the heavy book is like a red herring. Because I don't know.
It's hard to really connect to any like one thing. Yeah, I agree.
At the very least, it could be connected to the Door of Power, along with maybe the small crooked shrine. Because there was a shrine that was built in the other location as well that we previously visited.
Okay, what about the salt? Do we want to connect that to anything? Because that seems like a really easy...
I think we could connect that to the murder victims pretty safely.
Okay.
I agree.
And so, for the GM, do we roll for each key that we apply to a facet, or is it just all at once?
You will roll all at once. So on an 8 to 10, you have tracked down Doom's door. You know exactly where it is and how to unlock it. In addition, the Keeper will present you with the opportunity to protect what matters most, take down the Harbinger, or otherwise drive back the apocalypse. If you go shoot over the sweet spot, which is an 11+, you reach the door moments before the Harbinger has unlocked it. They have begun to harness the power on the other side of the door.
Okay.
There is still time to stop them. If you fail the roll with a 7 or lower, the door remains hidden, and the theory was the wrong one. You will mark 1 ruin, and the doomsday clock will tick forward, which in this case, since we only have 1 tick left on the doomsday clock, if you do not hit that sweet spot and track down the door is going to open.
Oh, yay!
Yeah.
Let's freaking go! This isn't nerve-wracking
Let's go.
at
We got
all.
this. We got this.
Just
Okay.
a little bit of pressure, right?
So, do we think that okay, I could see the graffiti, talking about redemption and punishment could either like be both related to the door or maybe the decline of the Manananggal. I don't know like which part is the redemption, which part is the punishment, so it's just like
Okay, I've got theories. I think the heavy book, when read, it begins to unwrite itself. I think that's related to the Door of Power. Um, when we recall the Forgotten God, I believe there was something in the form of uh, he erased himself, or they erased themselves. So I
Dread
think,
their own name.
yeah. So a book that begins to unwrite itself kind of feels in line with that.
So both the Crooked Shrine and the Heavy Book are related to the Door of Power.
Yep.
Okay.
Think the infestation of insects might be related to the decline of the Manananggal.
I was thinking that too.
Insects to decline of Manananggal.
And the obscene amount of money. Why would they destroy money when they could use it to fix the place that's crumbling around them?
As some form of a ritual to this god, the sacrifice.
Possibly also related to the Door of Power then. There's also a cheap disguise, which bears a passing resemblance to one of the victims.
Now, I will remind you all that you
Yeah.
can only connect one facet to one key.
One facet, one
Okay.
key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't have to connect them all.
Okay.
Okay.
Then
So the money tied to the door or the harbinger? Well, the harbinger's already been locked, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or already been
Harbinger's
unlocked.
locked.
Okay.
I think
cool.
we've locked everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'll need
Yeah.
to decide which of the two you want connected to the Door of Power. You currently have the preservation of hair and nails carefully tagged and preserved, and the
Heavy book.
heavy book connected to the Door of Power.
I'm team heavy book.
Yeah, I'd agree Heavy Book on that one.
Heavy book. Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So, okay, so what's the
Alright.
full theory?
All right. My theory. Here we go. My
Okay.
theory is that the harbinger is a worshiper of this long forgotten god. It says their god can't exist. They want to destroy the rest of the world with them, as their god is commanding. And it involves a ritual that involves killing Manananggals, or at least using their salt as part of the ritual. That's what I'm going with. What do you guys got?
Okay.
I think.
Yeah,
go ahead.
go for it. All you.
I was just going to say that I agree that the salt might be part of the ritual to open the Door of Power, and that the murder victims being Manananggal fits with that. And I think as a sign of this god manifesting itself in this world, the infestation of insects, leaving the blood and gore in their wake, that's sort of all fitting together.
Okay. Who wants to do the roll? Anita's not it.
Heck.
I did last
Do you
time.
want me to do it?
Yeah.
Me to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
You were killing the rolls last game.
Yeah,
So.
but we
Let's-
have one shot at this.
You do. You do have
Okay.
one shot.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just caught the score to the Bears game.
No.
You're that much
And
closer to the
continues.
apocalypse. That's the tick.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
It's
can't.
Laura's
You
personal
can't use
apocalypse.
anything on this. I forgot you
Uh-uh.
can't use
No.
anything.
It's a flat roll.
Oh, wait, where's the? Is it just custom rule? That's all I have. Like is
Yeah.
show the
It
roll
sh-
widget. Okay, yeah. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
it should
I got
should be on a basic
Oh.
move.
It says
Okay, yeah,
add
it
the
is.
number of connected keys minus the mystery's complexity.
So we would add
Mm-hmm.
1 because that's one connected key.
Yeah.
minus the complexity, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I guess you get a -2 on the wait, what?
Roll and add the number of connected keys minus the mystery's complexity.
So
the
the question
mystery's
is, can I
complexity
have
is
a minus
6.
to this?
So it would be a -2.
Okay.
It's your roll plus -2.
Oh
Okay,
my
let me see
God.
if like
Or your roll
Roll20 will
-2.
even like do that for me, because I don't even know.
You can just do the roll and then subtract 2 yourself.
Okay, yeah, I think that might be. Yeah, let's just try that. 'Cause, like,
If
I
you
don't
feel more-
know if the
if you
widget
feel
is
more
going to
comfortable
do
with
that.
Yeah, if you feel more comfortable with physical dice, you're welcome to grab physical dice.
Can you
I-
burn bonds for this roll? Just in
No,
case.
you
no,
can't. You
you
can't use
can't.
anything on this. So
Okay.
that's why I'm like, ah.
You're either right or you're wrong.
I feel so bad for just pushing you in front of this.
It's
box.
fine. It's
But
fine.
you know what?
Listen, come on, Heck, boxcars, and we'll get a 10.
Box cards will get a 10.
Tick tock, tick tock.
Okay. You know what? I shouldn't trust Roll20, but I'm going to, because that just, you know what? Let's just do it.
famous last words. Here we go.
Famous last words. I already know.
All
it's
right,
a
everybody
horrible
pray to
idea.
Danny real quick.
Everyone. Bless. Okay.
Our Danny, who art and victim.
Well, nope, that's a miss.
Oh,
That is a miss.
Let's see what my D6s have done for me. I doubt this is gonna do better because they're kind of mean to me. Yeah, no, it was the same number. It was a 5. So okay, never mind. Nothing lost.
Well, that was a good campaign, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. The door has begun to open. You do not know where it is, but as you are trying to move through the building towards where you believe this door will open with the book, you start to feel a rumbling under your feet. Go ahead and clear all of the doomsday or all of the facets that you have. We can try one more time.
Okay, so clear the ones that we were guessing on,
Mhm.
or
Yep.
all of them in general.
You still have the worst possible scenario coming at you. But I would
Okay.
like to do one more roll to see if you can figure out who the harbinger is before you arrive there.
Okay.
you want me to jump on the second grenade? I'll do
Mhm.
it.
And you cannot connect the
every-
same key to the same facet.
Exactly.
We all get one ruin.
Oh, right.
Papa just got a new ruin move.
Okay.
You might get another ruin move depending on how this goes.
Oh boy.
Okay. I want to say that the shrine is related to the murder victims instead.
Okay.
Because the shrine is of a god that is all about pain and destruction and stuffs and destroyed their own name. But if they are being actively worshipped, then they are both a god that is alive and a god that is dead. The Manananggal, being vampire of a sort, are both alive and dead. So I think that their sacrifice to this deity is symbolic as well as sacrificial.
Okay. The decline on the Manananggal or the door of power. Which one are you going to connect?
I was putting that on the murder victims. Right?
The crooked shine on the murder victims?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So you need to connect the door of power or the decline of the Manananggal.
Okay.
What you got?
So I think that the decline would have to do with a collection of hair and nails carefully tagged and preserved.
Okay.
That seems like that is correlative.
Okay.
And then so all that's left is the door of power. I'm gonna connect the book to the door of power, because if bad things are already happening and we're just trying to get to it before the door is open, I feel like this book then being like, and this is how the world fell, like it starts writing a new, like,
The book was already connected to the door of power
Okay.
previously, wasn't it?
Gotcha.
Think so.
So
Yep.
then the door of power Um,
I mean, if you need any help, I do have an idea for that.
Throw it out.
I mean,
Clock's
given that
ticking.
the Manananggal salt is poisonous to all beings, I wonder if this is supposed to be some type of like salting the earth kind of thing.
Okay. Okay. So tie the salt to the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm here for it. So
Okay.
I think that if, like, where is the salt being manufactured? I think if we can find where the salt is being manufactured, then we'll know where that is. Which we would have probably some kind of like geolocator or something.
Maybe.
Maybe, who knows? Let's roll for it. We're going -2 on the roll.
Yep, -2.
Oh,
And as you're
boy.
making this roll, this building begins crumbling. And as you begin running, you start seeing the residents of the building running out, dodging debris as best they can. What's your roll?
It's fucking this is to unlock it.
It is.
Oh god. Okay. Oh dear.
So either find it or make it worse. Either way, you're going to get there. Too late.
Well,
All right. Mark another ruin.
Good game. Good game.
I tried to be kind and benevolent.
Can I try a move that might help us? I don't know.
You can try a move, but you are now running towards the epicenter of where this shaking is coming from. It is coming from the underneath the temple that had previously collapsed. What would you like to try, Joe?
My new ruin move, which is called The Prodigal Child Will Return. Your true parent or creator has reconnected with you, and they bear great power. When you ask your true parent or creator for help, they will do as you ask if you give them the love they crave from you. Tell them what you need. The keeper will describe what form of loyalty or affection they require in return, and then I have to choose. I either mark one ruin and they'll do as I ask in exchange for your act of love, describe how you please them, or mark 2 ruin and the harbinger within you awakens. It forces your parent to do what you want while hardening your heart. Describe how they are proud of the harbinger you're becoming.
Okay. Tell me about Joe's parent.
So I'm actually leaning on creator.
Okay.
Because God has been murdered, he's reaching out to an old friend. And he's just gonna go.
We can roll with that.
I'm suffering the punishment that is due to me, but I can't see you wanting things to end like this just yet. So, if you're half the man that I think you are, help.
And you hear, as seemingly coming from all around you,
half the man. Why would you just ascribe that to me?
I figured after all these years you'd learned how to take a joke.
I did write your punishment, didn't I?
And I'm serving it with no complaints. You had a job to do when you were here, and I'm trying to maintain what I broke.
All right, then. What is it you need from me?
Time. We're out of it.
I can give you 10 minutes. Unfortunately, that's all the power I have to spare now. But what I will require from you is the spreading of my word.
That was always Mark and Paul. I was never the preacher.
Oh, I guess you better find the nearest street corner. You have some work to do. Not now, but later.
Damn.
And with that,
sense of humor.
and with that, time freezes around you all, and you are moving within a building that is frozen. You can still hear the distant sounds of traffic, but directly where you are, time has stopped. The people running are frozen in place. Debris falling is floating in the air around you, just waiting to be in movement again. What do you all do? I will set a timer for 10 minutes.
Ah, the pressure.
I'm just looking at the team, and I'm just gonna go. We got one last shot. You're welcome, by the way, but we got one last shot.
Hey,
Better
Siri, set
hurry.
a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hate that.
No.
Good.
Okay, we're heading towards that epicenter. I'm running.
We running.
We running.
All right. You are
Lucius
running. Go ahead.
Will look back at the building. The building's collapsing, but it's frozen in time. He knows that the elder is still unconscious. He knows the room that the elder was in. And Lucius will look at the rest of you. He'll look at Joe pointedly and say, "Give me a signal flare. I'll be right behind you." And he'll turn back and run into the building.
Most. He can't disagree. It just goes running.
Okay. So Lucius is going after the elder. The rest of you are heading into the temple area that you left earlier.
Yes.
All right.
Mhm.
As you enter into the temple area, you see that amidst the debris on the floor from the previous collapse, it has almost caved in on itself, revealing a entryway into a further underground, you're not sure what yet. But as you descend, long forgotten stone stairs, slippery, slick with slime, moss, you're not quite sure what it is, but it's green and it squishes beneath your feet. And as you make it down to the bottom, you hear chanting coming from the back of a large open cavern. And as you rush in, you see a towering display. You see the wings of Manananggals, body parts, rib cages, bones, all set up in a gruesome display. And I have a not so gruesome representation for you all. Let me... Nope. Roll 20, I swear. You're ruining the vibe. There you go.
Don't kill the vibe, man.
Oh.
Oh, that's terrifying.
Don't love that.
It's kind of cute. Beneath it are candles in a circle of sigils lining it. And from beneath it opens a portal. And reaching down into it, you see Man Bun, phone in hand, reaching into it. As his body is twisted and contorted, you see the words, similar to the ink on the page of the book that you were trying to read earlier, crawling up his arm, transforming him into the Harbinger. A creature of bone and mouth and threads reaching out from every angle. He wanted a story. He can now put together whatever he wants. Now I'll show you to the players
Oh.
the Harbinger.
Ah.
No, Joe, don't rip his heart out and eat it. Don't snap his neck. And that's, I'm not saying that, I was right. I'm just saying that sometimes murder works.
Okay, I'll give it to you. You were right, but for the wrong reasons, Joe.
I'm just saying sometimes the murder urge is a good urge, is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
All
Can I
right.
kill him now?
You can certainly try. First, Lucius, you are racing through this building. You make it to the apartment and you find Elder Urdua. Urdua.
Mhm.
What do you do?
I am going to pick her up
Mm-hmm.
and take her out of the building.
Okay. You are able to do this within 10 minutes, no problem. You call upon every power within you to move faster, to be stronger, to lift this person and get them out of harm's way. And you set them gently down outside of what you think the radius of the falling debris will be and start heading back in. And you make it to the temple area just in time as the 10 minutes comes to a stop. The rest of you. Lucius is about 5 minutes out. Are you attacking?
I am
Oh,
You
yeah.
have.
pulling out the flaming sword.
Okay. All right. This is where we go into combat. And if I remember correctly, all of you get to go first. So, Din, are you going first?
I think so.
Okay.
I would like to power through the darkness.
Okay.
When you push the limits of your supernatural strength to the extraordinary or avert imminent danger, spend darkness tokens and roll.
Oh,
We lost a GM,
Sure.
y'all.
if they're not
We
back in
won!
15 minutes, that means
No.
we win.
We win.
All right, well, hey there,
No.
folks at home. We are going to hop into a little bit of a break to get our GM back. Fingers crossed, we shall return. Bye?
Blah.
Hey, we're back. We've returned.
Yay.
Comcast be damned, we are here.
Look, I have a new power thing and it has a power button on it because it's one of those battery packs. And apparently my foot found where the button was. So.
Listen,
right.
I once had a cat walk across my power bar and
No.
an entire stream.
Oof.
Oh, streaming is fun, y'all. All right, so Dynasty, you were
I was about
doing
to
a
power
thing.
through the darkness.
Mhm.
I was spending 1 darkness token, and I was
Okay.
gonna roll with a 9 for a perfect hit, baby.
Fantastic. Okay, on your perfect hit, what happens?
You use your powers with great precision and effect, changing the situation before you. Additionally, the keeper may offer you a reprieve, a golden opportunity, or a bond with somebody. And I think that Dynast is using the time distortion to
Mhm.
slow down things even further.
Okay.
Yeah, just because I can't. I think that asking to reverse time would be a little too much. So I'm going to try and get into a position where I can take a swipe at Man Bun with the flaming sword.
Okay. Yeah, you on a perfect hit, you are able to manipulate the time distortion and you do push it a little further. You give yourself another 5 minutes of this time distortion. Who's next?
Because someone owes me a favor for killing his father. Anyways,
I'll go next.
Okay.
I am going to use my sometimes I get angry, which is
Mhm.
when you unleash the dark through anger and violence, take 3 darkness tokens, which I will do.
Okay.
So I'm scrolling for the thing that has my darkness tokens. Where you at? There you are. Okay. And I'm going to attack using Unleash the Darkness. So let's go ahead and put 2 darkness tokens in there. And
Okay.
disastrous success!
Okay. What were you trying to hit the creature?
Yeah, I'm going straight for
The Harbinger?
Bun. Yeah.
You do successfully hit. However, as you punch through what Man Bun has now become, your arm goes through them, tangling in the thread and flesh that is now their body. And you are stuck there. And they are smiling down at you. Who's next?
Oh, that changes things a lot. That changes things a lot. Um,
Whoopsie.
oops.
If Joe sees Eden hesitating, he's just gonna say, "Whatever you're planning, just do it."
Yeah, no. Okay, she's gonna use a ruin move. Something kinda new for her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it is called Crowned by Dream, Exalted by Nightmare. Um, and you've learned how to harness dreams and create great and terrible weapons from them. Um, taking this after she has experienced now somebody else's nightmare, someone else's vision. Um, and something that I can do, so when I turn dreams into a dangerous weapon, I first have to mark ruin, so I'm gonna do that first before I forget. Um, and then the option I'm gonna choose on the options here is a weapon of pure nightmare. Um, it has a will and mind of its own. It creates itself. It is powerful, unstoppable. It is exactly what you need. It only honors your commands for a time.
Okay.
And I think, yeah, she's going to draw on the vision that she received from tampering with the elders inner emotions and everything to use against this thing.
Okay. All right. What is the vision that you send towards it? Just exactly what happened with the elder?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the army of very scary looking things to just attack it.
Okay. You hear the shriek and howl of this thing as it experiences this nightmare, and it uses on its turn one of its moves. The creature's threads shoot out and detach from its body, revealing a new opening. And from that opening emerges another head, the head of Elder Urda, as it screams at you all with a vicious snarl. Getting ready to bear down on Joe. Next round. Lucius, you arrive this round, and you can go ahead and act as you make it down the steps. Who would like to go first in this round?
Have a thing, if not if.
Go for it.
I would like to mark ruin
Mm-hmm.
for my ruin move. Tragedy will not claim another.
Okay.
When a PC or NPC is in peril, mark ruin to suddenly appear at the scene, ignoring the usual limits of time, distance, or plausibility. In addition, you gain 1 bond with them. I would also like to mark a second ruin to appear in a superior position or bearing a golden opportunity. So I'm going to mark 2 on my ruin track to help get Joe out of this situation.
Okay. Do you want the better position or the opportunity?
I think I'm going to go for the opportunity.
Okay. You see as this creature creates this new head, you see as the threads come apart over this part of its body, you see that they are also going slack elsewhere as well, and you time it just right to be able to pull Joe's arm out from the chest area where it has been lodged. Was there anything else to the move? Did I forget anything?
It says that I get a golden opportunity. I'm not sure what exactly that would imply.
I think that's how you got me out.
Oh, yeah. Got you out? Okay.
Yep. That would be getting Joe out. Who wants to go next?
So
all right, Joe.
A bond with Joe.
Seeing the elder's head pop up, Joe's gonna go, "Oh, they're all in there, aren't they?" And I would like to unleash the dark again, but this time to use one of my gifts of the dark thing.
Mm-hmm.
My abilities are colossal strength, supernatural resistance, and emotion amplification. Seeing that some of the Manananggals are in there, he's going to try and crank up the emotions to 11 on this thing. So that's what I'm rolling for. Here we go.
This should be fun.
Yes. When I don't use any darkness, I hate this guy.
You could use bonds if you wanted.
You could.
Yeah, I'll use a bond. I
You'd have
am
to
going
use
to
3 to turn
Yeah.
it.
I am going to use all 3 of the bonds I have with Eden.
Burn those bonds, baby.
Go.
Eden taught me the power of emotions and controlling them, so I'm gonna make that your problem now.
Oh.
Good.
All right. What is the move on a hit?
On a hit, on a hit, you wield the darkness with ease. With control and ease, choose 2. Get past their defenses and inflict a condition. Get what you want from them. Avoid reprisals, harm, or cost. Gain the upper hand for now. Expose a weakness or a flaw, or confuse them for some time. I'm gonna choose expose a weakness or flaw and confuse them for some time, as all of the murdered Manananggal are like letting loose their anger and sadness in this thing.
All right.
And I'm hoping they'll show us how to beat this thing.
All right. You see that the threads are literally all that is holding this flesh together. You get the idea that maybe if you can separate enough of it, you stand a better chance of surviving against this thing. As your how to get the upper hand. What was the second half of it?
I'll pull that right back up. So sorry.
It's okay.
Expose a weakness or flaw and confuse them for some time.
Okay, so that would be the weakness or flaw.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you want to confuse them for some time?
I kind of want other heads to just be popping out, like the elders was just trying to get their say. Like I don't know if you're into Mortal Kombat, but there's this guy that's a collection of souls. When he gets beat up enough, it's like all the souls start fighting for control. Like that's what I'm trying to encourage in this thing.
Okay. You do encourage that, but what comes forth as you pull at these threads, they're not the other murder victims.
Ooh.
You see other faces. You see other creatures that come forth. One with the kind of a deer with long pointed teeth. Another with it looks like another amorphous blob that is nothing but mouth. All the way around. So many teeth, so much mouth.
Lucius.
As it tries to hold itself together. Who would like to go next?
Ooh, I'm down at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think I'm just going to go for Unleashing the Dark.
Okay.
Because yeah, I feel weird about using like the same move like in a row, and I'm just gonna do this. I am going to try to lash out at this thing. Like you all watch as Eden's arms, like the various like patches of different like natural things start to coalesce into these ungodly amalgamations again. This time it's like
Mm-hmm.
really anything like sharp that you can think about, like thorns, brambles. There's like almost like these chitinous extensions of like different crustaceans and things like that. Anything that she can use to try to just like cut these threads that are holding it together so it just kind of falls apart before more of these things can come out. So let's see what happens. I'm gonna use, how many darkness tokens do I want? How many do I have? Okay, I'm gonna use one. We're gonna see what happens. Wait, is this the right thing? Yeah. No, can I use a bond? Is that like something you can do after?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, you can burn
Okay,
a bond.
great. I have a bunch of them, and I have to figure out where they are on this character sheet. There they are. Yeah, tell you what, I'm actually going to use one of my bonds with Din. Um, I've seen her go in on multiple things at this point, and is going to channel, Eden is going to channel her inner Din to do this precisely.
Okay.
So that'll add one, that'll bring it to an 8, which is a
Okay.
hit.
Okay. Is there anything specific on the hit that you would like done?
Yeah,
you got?
so I would like to get past their defenses and inflict a
Mhm.
condition.
Okay.
So I'm not entirely sure like what that would be. Is like, I don't know, just like
They have
open.
they have conditions on their sheets.
Oh, great.
These harbingers. I am, for those listening at home, I am using the needle and threads harbinger sheet for this one. So I would say that for this one, you're probably inflicting despairing
Okay.
on this.
Okay. I like that. Since this was a hit, I get to choose another one, and I'll
Mhm.
choose gain the upper hand for now.
Gain the upper hand for now.
I
All
like
right.
the for now part.
You
That's
are
what's on the
able.
sheet.
This creature is already confused, and you are able to move to a spot where the heads are not looking. Whether or not they can turn that direction, you're not sure. But for now, it cannot see where you have gone. Lucius, you're entering combat.
Hooray! I'm
What
very
would you
good
like
at
to do?
that. I think Lucius will, like, he just showed up. Shit's already hit the fan. And then this thing starts like morphing and changing and like very in his mind, like, oh, that's my thing though. Like I know what that is. But let me check here.
You also have a door here that has not been closed.
I'm gonna run to the door. I'm gonna go and try and close the door. So I don't know what that would be. To try and close it, because what is okay? So does it just look like a wrought iron door? Because this door, like doors are not like they're more conceptual. Like what does
this
what does
one
this look
looks more like, if you're looking at the image that we have on Roll20, it looks like more like that area at the bottom where there's candles in a circle. It looks more like a circle has opened up. And when the rest of you came in, Man Bun was actually leaning down into that reaching in.
Okay.
So it's more of like a hole in the ground this time rather than a door with a knob.
So Lucius is going to go over, and he is going to attempt to close the door. I think that the way that he goes about doing this is that he sees the open portal. He sees that there is all of this here. I think his first thought would be to try and like disrupt or I think he's smart enough to know that like even if he disrupts the ritual now, it's already started. So I think he is like, I want to say he's like trying to figure out a way. Like, for example, if this door theoretically, like if it opened inward, like does he have to reach in, grab the door and pull it shut? Like, will he have to make contact with the power of this door to risk closing it? Or as the Hungry, this thing has power and all of this like coursing through it. Does he feel, I think he would try, if anything, if he can't find a way to properly close it, he knows the best place to contain it, or at least he thinks the best place to contain it would be to devour it himself.
Okay. I will say that you can definitely attempt to do this with a roll. However, there will be a disastrous consequence if you fail to roll within the usual parameters.
Yes.
And if you go over, there will be a worst case scenario for you.
Done and easy. Let's go.
Okay.
All
See
right.
how you do. And I will let you use darkness tokens on this if you wish.
Just checking. I currently do not have any darkness tokens.
Okay.
So let's go. I'm gonna roll with the, just for flavor wise, the power through the darkness, because I think that is like verbally closest on the character sheet. So for Hotline's sake, let's go. Perfect hit.
Perfect hit. You come up to this and you begin to close it. It is so tempting. There is knowledge there, Lucius. Knowledge that you could just take, but you are the epitome of self-control. What does it feel like as Lucius denies himself all of the knowledge contained within the link of this door?
I think to him, it is a very upsetting thing. Not in the sense that he closed it, but he has that, like, he has the thought going on of if he did not go back for Elder Erdua, maybe he could have been here just long enough that he could have gleaned something. And I think that there is a resentment that builds as a result of that. Because right now he's sitting at the restaurant, and I think it might have something like a longer running thing for him as well. But right now he's sitting at the restaurant having ordered, and somebody walks by with a plate of something that's like way better. You smell it. Like, fuck! Like, why did I order that? God damn it! Like, and it's been 10 minutes. I can't change it. So he's closing it because he knows that this is not for him. Mm-hmm. He knows it's not, but he wants it to be so badly.
All right. You feel all of that, but you feel something else.
Good.
You feel a small sense of hope, Lucius, because you were able to close a door, which means you can also open one. And then it's the Harbinger's turn, or what used to be Man Bun. The monster is confused and lashing out, and as it does, it will use its ability to open up the hidden stitches on its body. And it will open up the stitches from under one of the many arms now protruding from it as it warps and changes. And from that tumbles forth smaller versions of Man Bun. An army of tiny man buns trickle out, cell phones in hand, rushing at you all. And they're starting to go into their YouTube intro.
Just a
Thanks,
horrible cacophony. Until they all
How
say
is-
smash that
that is-
like button in
that is-
unison.
That is so horrifying.
This might be
But
my
in
fault.
the
I
funniest
might have
way.
wished too hard.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel.
Smash that like button, ring that bell.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
All right. That brings it back to y'all's turn, as you now have a new issue to contend with, this horde of tiny man buns. The door has been closed, but the now harbinger is still there. Who goes next?
I'll go.
Okay, Joe, what you want to do?
I am going to use another move I haven't used yet called Borrowed Power.
Okay.
He's just going to look at these tiny man buds, take a sigh and smile and go, "Oh, I can't wait to drag you to hell." And what Borrowed Power does is, along with the walls of the world beings of twisted power await your bidding. So I'm going to uh I'm gonna summon a demon from hell. Essentially.
Fantastic.
So here, where's the spin and roll? Here we go.
Disastrous success.
You summoned him.
You
We can't use bonds to lessen stuff, can we?
no, you cannot.
I didn't think so.
No. I don't believe you can. Let me double check that before I say that. Where are my bonds?
Ah, shit. Sorry for gaining
Bonds
darkness tokens. I would have felt a
Yes.
yearning for something I couldn't have with the door itself. How many darkness tokens would I get for shutting the door? 2 through 4.
Roll a d4.
Okay.
Take that many.
Okay.
You can add plus or minus 1 to your roll
Oh, so I
with the
can't
bond.
subtract.
So you could subtract if you'd like.
I'm going to subtract 2 by using the remainder of my bonds with Lucius. And I'll read what the move does on a hit. The summoning wards hold, and you have the upper hand for now. Choose one, and I am choosing the summoned creature is fire and rage, violence, and storm, and they will destroy a vulnerable target before the summoning unravels. So I'm just setting this thing loose on Man Bun.
Okay. Joe, let's say that this is a demon you've dealt with before. Who is this that comes to your aid?
So while Dynast is my let's say parole officer, this demon is my warden. This is the demon that tortures me in hell.
All right, you got a name for me?
Let's call him Vicon.
Vicon.
Vikan.
Vicon comes forth out of this portal, looks at you, looks at the tiny man buns, points. Those ones?
Those the ones.
All right. And they come out swinging. Does it say that they attack as you summon them on the same turn that you summon them on?
It does not. It just says that they're all fire and rage, violence, and storm, and will destroy a vulnerable target.
Okay, we'll say that that means that they act now because it doesn't say otherwise. And they, with one sweep of their claws, half of those tiny man buns are gone.
Yeah, I remember those claws. They are sharp.
Yeah. All right. Who's next?
I think seeing this literal demon show up, summoned by Joe. I think Dynast gets a little distant. I am going to mark that condition.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to peel away at the mask of my humanity.
Okay.
Becoming a many-winged creature very similar to the altar. Only at the center is wheels and eyes and the heads of many beasts.
That is terrifying.
As I do harrowing beauty, sometimes the mask of humanity slips. It will end an attacker interaction as our opponent is momentarily stunned by this revelation. So doing so will provide a fleeting opportunity before they come to their senses. So I am stunning these tiny man buns. Men buns?
Man buns.
Men buns.
Let's go with that.
And I'm going to give an opportunity to either Lucius or to Eden to finish them off.
Okay.
I've got their eyes focused on me.
You do. It is like the claw it chooses from Toy Story. They just all turn to you and go, wow.
Claw.
I've been chosen. Farewell, my friends.
Eden or Lucius, who would like to go next?
I mean,
All you
I'm
if you
down.
want
Like,
it.
if you're not gonna like inhale them, I
Go for it.
okay.
Blurp.
Yeah, no, I'm probably just gonna unleash the dark again. And this time around, I really if they're this small, I just want to punt them. I want to punt them so badly. And I'm going to do this like as Eden kind of runs up to do so. Her foot is going to become that of an elephant. So it's gonna be a real beefy, and it's gonna whack.
Okay.
So, we'll see. I'm liking so far the one darkness token move. I think that's helping me out. So
All right.
we're gonna do that again.
Let's see how you do this time.
Hello? Why didn't it roll? Hello? Perfect hit. Let's go.
Fantastic. They are all clumped up together and they are enamored with Din. And just in one quick stomp, splat. They are man bun jelly beneath your elephant foot. You have gotten rid of the little minions of this harbinger. Lucius, what would you like to do?
Yes. Lucius is going to turn towards Needle and Thread, or the Harbinger that is with the name on it. I would like to unleash the dark.
Okay.
Because in Lucius's mind, if he can't have the door, he'll have the next best thing. And hopefully this Harbinger still, although it is rattled, may have memories of what they did to gain access to such a treasure trove of tasty treats. So I would like to use two of my darkness tokens for this roll.
Ooh, okay.
To unleash the dark.
Let's do it.
Them. And show me potato salad. Really? Wow.
Got any buns you want to spend? buddy?
I don't have any that I can do from a single person. I would have to remove them from multiple sources, and I don't know if I can or not.
I'll let you do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to because I'm giving in to what the darkness demands of me, I'm going to spend that bond to perform its will. And I am going to I'll lose my 2 with Joe. I'll lose my 2 bonds with Joe. Seeing what he has become, seeing the lengths that Joe has gone to stop this creature, Lucius, I feel, he also is letting himself loose on this one. He's not normally a upfront kind of an actor for the most part, but he is going to try and basically take this thing with an 8. I'm going to get past their defenses and inflict a condition, and I would like to inflict the condition unraveling.
Okay. Sounds good. Is this a 2 combo thing, or is this just
yeah,
you
it is
pick one?
pick 2.
Okay.
And then In doing so, I would like to expose a weakness or flaw.
Okay. Well, here's the thing, is it only had 2 conditions to fill up before it was
Okay.
donezo. So I will say that you definitely inflict that condition. And as you do so, you begin to consume this creature, ending it. What does that look like to the others?
So to the others, Lucius has just gotten done closing the portal, and he turns around and he sees Joe like summoning a demon, and then he sees Din going all out, like turning into a biblically accurate angel. Eden's over there just like, I'm gonna be an elephant for a little bit and stomp everything. And he realizes that he is surrounded by like his biblically accurate teammates. And at the end of all things, he is just a man. But there is one thing that man was designed to do more so than any of their compatriots, and that was to hunger, that was to feast, that was to devour. So unlike his party members, he is going to essentially like, this thing is unstable, and he will just like, if everyone else is doing it, might as well. There is the sound of a door opening, and his rib cage opens, but the like meaty bits that connect his ribs form into tendrils to wrap around the harbinger. And inside of his rib cage, from where you're able to see, it looks like the foyer of a much larger building. Like, there is immaculate stonework. There are steps that lead up to bookshelf after bookshelf after bookshelf. It's multi-tiered. And this harbinger is just being dragged. But as they reach the threshold of where his chest normally would, you can see that there is essentially an open book binding. And the thing that is being consumed is turning into pages that are then fitting into the binding.
I love that imagery.
Until eventually they are checked in and registered.
Your book has been returned successfully. You are all now standing in what appears to be a long forgotten worship area. The bodies of the Manananggal displayed rather gruesomely still, but the door is closed. And this particular harbinger is gone. Lucius, as you've consumed this harbinger, it's disorienting for a moment. Every time you gain memories, you have to work to catalog them, but you need information. And as images and memories flash into your mind, you see the life of a privileged youth determined to make a name for himself in the easiest way possible. You see crappy college parties, cheap beer. You see camera upgrade after camera upgrade. You see microphones. You see laptops. You see comment sections trolling him. You see a community growing around him. And you see a comment in particular 6 months ago from Garden Gal 368. If you ever go to the Philippines, I have a great story for you to look into. And then your vision's clear, and you are standing with your friends.
Okay, before we stand with our friends, what's the demon doing? Is the demon still here? He hanging? He cool?
Talking to Joe, talking shop.
Okay, just wanted to check.
Nice seeing you impale something that's not me for once.
Yeah, those were some good times. How long are you thinking about staying up here? It's getting kind of bored, you know? They only They made me go on rotation with Hitler, and that guy's just weird.
And he cries funny, real high.
He does,
pitch.
yeah. Keep burning the mustache away, but keeps growing back.
And you do it one hair strand at a time. That's art. Look,
It is.
you're not gonna see me until the end of all things, and even then, you'll probably be dead. So I think our time together is done. But hey, it's nice to catch up.
Well, if you ever get bored and need someone to peel the flesh from your bones, well,
You'll
you
be
know
the
how to call me.
It'll be the
I think-
first I call.
Dinus sort of walks up to both of them.
Vicon, how's it going?
How you doing, good looking?
You're a sight for many sore eyes.
I'm gonna get out of here before your radiance burns my retinas. Have a good one, y'all. And and with a quick salute, Vicon walks away and is engulfed in the flames of hell as he is teleported back to its depths.
I mean, I know he flayed me a couple of times, but that's a good guy.
I'm not going to say he's one of the good ones.
Lucius is like staggering over, having consumed a harbinger.
I think Dinus is like pulling the human form back together. These, as it was like this sort of shattered chest opened up to reveal the full form. These pieces of almost porcelain glass begin to start to fit themselves back together as Dinus reconstitutes a somewhat approximation of a human form.
Phone, cell phone. Who sell you? Have one? And he extends his hand out. Yates. I need Yates.
Here, use mine.
He's just very quick and like with like the fervor of somebody who hasn't checked their comment section in about 20 minutes. He immediately just starts like, am I at 1 million yet? And he will just like start like speed texting.
Okay.
Yates. It is just like blap 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 blap. Garden Girl 368 on Facebook in the comments. It wasn't Man Bun. Garden Girl 368. Who? And then a key emoji. Key. And then an eggplant, and it says, oops, slipped. And then a bunch of keys.
Love Lucius and technology.
I just like that this is actually coming from Joe's phone, not from Lucius specifically.
Yeah, you send it off, and there's no response. And you wait. And thank you. After about 4 or 5 minutes, you see the texting symbol pop up at the bottom of the phone. What? Three in the morning here. I'll get coffee.
Responsible for door.
There's a ... And then you finally get first coffee.
I've been told that those are healthy workplace boundaries.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Joe's just going, what's really upsetting is this whole time I know that I was played. Sorry, I'm talking out loud. He has a way of showing off the impulse to ruin your suit, and then the harbinger being needle and thread. Did get a sense of humor, the fuck.
Yeah, Joe, you have some work to do. And you are all in a crumbling chamber. What do you do next as you wait for Agent Yates?
Just put the phone back into Joe's chest. And then just like takes a look around, like if there's any like ancient books that are open with dark rituals upon, like that kind of thing. Like he's looking for like just a base wants to grab. But I think what he is going to do is that this is a horrific place. This is a horrifying scene. He just ate a harbinger. I would like to use my ability Death Walked Here that I got from the Spectre to try and see what the vibes are from this horrible, horrible place.
Okay.
I'm going to use my last remaining darkness token because I love spending these things. They're so good, so fun. And gonna roll. That should have been a 5. Which is
got any bonds left?
It's not worthwhile. I don't have the 4 I would need to be able to bring that up to an 8. Which means that on a 7-, the laws of the dead and dying are compromised somehow. The keeper will tell you what happens next.
The laws of the dead and dying are compromised somehow. You try to commune with death. But instead, you end up pulling forward a spirit of one of the victims. The person known to you as Jin, but Jin is not who Jin once was. And as the spirit streaks past you, you get the feeling that you have released a poltergeist onto this place.
Not my chair, not my problem.
Fair enough.
Dynast is going to start trying to. I know that these people are in pieces. Is going to start disassembling the altar and trying to put these people to rest in a meaningful way.
Okay. You can definitely take the time to do that.
Just to try and undo some of the damage that we've caused.
Mm-hmm. You can, if you so wish, you can also seek out the assistance of the residents here, and they can direct you to where the rest of these people were buried. As in the notes, it does say that the victims' bodies were found in pieces, so there are other parts of them that have already been laid to rest, and they will assist you in this process.
Absolutely. I think I'd like to use the basic move, Reveal Your Heart.
Okay.
So hopefully that this earns us some small portion of goodwill.
Okay. Who are you using this with?
I think I want to try and mend a bridge with Emily.
Okay.
Because I know Emily kind of hates us right now. A lot.
Tensions are a little high.
So I'm going to spend my last darkness token, and I'm going to roll for it. Okay, so that's a 12, which is a disastrous success.
Unless you spend bonds.
You know what? Sure.
Okay.
I'll spend 2 of the bonds that I have with Eden, thinking that this might be a soft moment that Eden would appreciate.
Okay. What do you say to Emily?
We discovered the remains of the rest of your compatriots. I'm sorry. I'd like to help put the rest of them to rest, to try and mend fences. We came in here so sure that we knew everything, and it was an act of disrespect. I'm sorry.
Emily listens with her arms crossed in front of her chest and flips her pink hair back over her shoulder and looks at you and the important thing that we always say is that when the customer calls in, that they are not necessarily always right, but you have to make it right. And you made it right. So thank you. And thank you to your other friends who, Mickey told me that one of them ran back in and got the elder out. Thanks for that. The elder's like super important to us. I can show you where our cemetery is.
That would be nice. We'll make sure that they find some peace.
Emily will... Oh, go ahead.
Robbed of.
Emily will walk you not too far from the building. There was additional space nearby that these people had as set up as a resting place for those who lived here or extended family. And you are able to assist with the exhumation of the small plots to add the rest of these people's bodies to their grave sites. And Emily and the others will assist as best they can in identification processes.
And I'd like to use that role to clear the distant condition as I've grown close to someone.
Sounds good. You've got her number in your phone now. If you come up with anything, you can text her.
And that'll be Dynast.
Yeah. What are the rest of you doing?
I think Eden is going to be spending her time using her abilities to, I guess, reinforce and preserve like whatever of the building or any other parts of this location that is too far beyond repair. So really just kind of like if she can grow something to like be structural support for at least the time being, or like things that can keep the authenticity of this place somewhat intact until more care can be given to it.
Sister Dax will actually come out and assist you with this, Eden. He has intimate knowledge from his patrols around the building of where the important structural areas are, and he will point them out to you, and you're able to kind of shore up the building. People will be able to carefully get back in to get their belongings out until it can be permanently secured. But for now, you are able to support what is left until they can rebuild completely.
Joe is kind of avoiding the rest of the team, so he's just gonna sneak out the back.
Mm-hmm.
And he's looking for the highest concentration of the poor, the disenfranchised, just people who look down on their luck.
Okay.
It's like
You
20
don't
feet away from where we are, my guy.
Yeah.
He's collecting them. He's like, come on, follow me.
Yeah. You collect a little following of folks. There's a lot of people outside that were in this building or in the surrounding buildings. Others not knowing what the collapse was. The surrounding buildings have also been evacuated to be checked to make sure that they're structurally sound. So you have a rather large group of folks currently surrounding you.
I'm walking all of them to the nearest restaurant.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna go up to the owner of the restaurant and go, how much to make sure these people get a good meal for a day?
They look at you and quote you a price. It's well within your means. It's not a particularly fancy establishment. It's more equivalent to street food. Party meals that can be made quickly.
Cool. He's gonna give 10 times that much. It's just
Okay.
Keep everybody fed and keep a little for yourself. It's a gift from a friend.
Okay. You do this and you get a lot of handshakes, a lot of pats on the back, a lot of people coming up to you, shaking your hand, thanking you for your kindness and generosity.
Don't touch me.
For helping them out. Some kids run up to you with a crayon drawing of you and your friends. They're kids who live in the apartment building, but their parents wouldn't let them come out and talk to strangers, but they took notice of you. And you walk away with a little drawing that you can take with you or crumple and throw in a trash can. It's up to you, Joe.
To the kid that gives that to me, I'm just gonna kind of kneel down and go, somebody very important thinks that you're the most important thing on this entire planet. I'm also very important, and I think that you're annoying as shit. Leave me alone.
And this confused child giggles and goes running back to their parents because the strange man in town is kind of funny. He says funny things. And you chase the child off who just gave you a delightful little picture of yourself.
As callous as he is gonna like fold it neatly and put it in his breast pocket.
Mm-hmm. But you do get the feeling that these people will not forget you, Joe. And that you may have gained a few new followers.
Ugh.
Unintentionally.
Pay it forward or don't. I don't give a shit.
You're the weirdest cult leader ever.
And as you walk away to return to all of your friends, Joe, you hear in the back of your mind,
I suppose that was close enough.
I never agreed to be happy about it.
there's no further response. And with that, call an early break?
Break is fine.
An intentional break this time?
Yeah. We're going to try and be back in 5 to 10 minutes. So don't go no place unless it's to grab a food, grab a drink, grab a friend, or possibly go to indooradventure.redbubble.com. Pick yourself up something nice. And we'll see all you guys shortly. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're back. Hello, everybody. We have returned from our break. We're feeling fun. We're feeling fresh. We're feeling a little sexy. Let's go for it.
I hear eating a whole portal to a mystical land will do that to a person. You have all assisted the people here in recovering what they can from their apartments, in laying their dead to rest finally, and putting a little closure on what has been happening to them these past few weeks. And as your time here comes to a close, is there anything, any final words or anything that you want to say to anyone here, or are you ready to get on the plane and head back home?
I would want to check if the elder is okay.
Okay. Yeah. Elder Urda is doing all right. There is a doctor that they trust here that treats all of the people pretty much in this building who are aware of what they all are and their, shall we say, eccentricities to their care. But the elders checked out, and aside from being maybe a little woozy, is expected to make a full recovery.
Okay. Yeah, I think Lucius was just like, is everything good with them? Are they awake? Okay, cool. If they're awake, that's all I really need to see on that one. So yeah, knowing that she's getting medical help, I think Lucius sort of like just has a steady nod, and hopefully she uses the check that he gave her.
Oh, that check's gonna get used.
Thank
Don't
God.
you worry.
Yeah. So
there is half a building to be rebuilt.
So yeah, I think that like that's the only thing Lucius I think would have bothered to check up on while he was here.
Yeah. If
the chair in
the chair,
yeah, did the holy relic-y chair make it out through the collapse?
To be determined.
Okay.
There was, there's a lot of rubble, especially in that area, as that whole part of the structure did collapse. But recovery efforts, you are assured, will be made. And the Sister Teresa assures you that she and Sister Dax will send word to Division about its recovery.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. And with that, you are all able to head back out. You gather your things and board a waiting plane that takes you to a undisclosed location for a couple portal jumps. And you arrive back in the Division hangar with Agent Yates standing there waiting for you all. It is 7:42 a.m. local time in Chicago, and he is standing there with a tray of energy drinks, hot tea, hot and iced coffee, and some cookies.
What kind of cookies?
There are both oatmeal raisin, the good kind of oatmeal raisin, mind you, not the nasty kind, and chocolate chip. But he
cookie, despite not being able to taste anything canonically.
Yeah, he greets
Agent Yates.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I got your message, Joe. Thank you for the update. They're working on who Garden Gal 368 might be. And as he checks it, he checks, and written on his hand in pen is the name Garden Gal 368. It would appear that he didn't have anything else to write on as he got the message from your phone. So you all close, you stop the door from opening, you close the door, then you're shaking your head. I don't like that. What happened? You're muted.
What?
Or it just wasn't picking you up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh. Well, we were too late. The door opened. We managed to close it again, but not before a harbinger was formed.
Oh, okay. Is there a new... So there's a new harbinger to be on the lookout for then?
They were dealt with.
We called in some favors.
Okay. I'm sure I will read about all of it in your reports. Unless you want to give a debrief now or later. Coffee, anyone?
Yeah, I'll take one. Give me the iced. Long and short of it, there was a demon harbinger thing made of the threads and needles. Summoned a demon from hell. I did their thing. Everything's taken care of. Lucius consumed the harbinger.
Well, good thing we got a friend here with a big appetite. Am I right?
And I think
Punches, like there's a light punch on Lucius's shoulder.
he just narrows his eyes and looks at Agent Yates.
Okay, please don't eat any more of my trading cards. Sorry, I won't. Hands off. Got it. Well, if you want anything else, there's bagels in the break room this morning. I think there might be a Danish or two.
What kind of bagels? Do they have raisins?
Possibly. I had an everything bagel toasted with jelly. It's delicious.
I want one with raisins.
Oh, okay. Well, they're in the break room. So just enjoy. I'm gonna go file your paperwork.
Although one more thing, Agent Yates, if we could maybe have folks keep an eye on where we just were. I don't know. I feel like the folks over there have already gone through too much, and I don't really want anyone else thinking they would be an easy target ever again.
Yeah, we can. Is there any further support that Sister Dax or Sister Teresa need sent there, or?
Well, I mean, you'll see this in the report. There's pretty extensive damage done to the actual building, so they would probably really appreciate support on actually getting that rebuilt.
I will include that in the filing. I think that's subsection 3. You know what? I'll look it up. I'm sure we can requisition a crew to head out there and assist with whatever they need.
Sounds good.
Or is it subsection L?
Yeah, I'm going to the break room. He just walks to find those bagels.
Yeah. You walk and there are plenty of bagels and danishes still left. Most people don't come in until about 8 o'clock here. So you have your pick of whatever you want. And there's a wide assortment. Cream cheeses, jellies, fancy butter. There's a jalapeno jelly that's already been used. You probably think that that's the one that Agent Yates used this morning. Delicious.
Disgusting. Yeah, Joe's going to take all the raisin bagels.
All of them?
Yeah.
Okay, you take all of the raisin bagels. Where is everyone else going to kick off their downtime?
Dynast has recently finished a cross stitch. We'll find Agent Yates. This was supposed to be for your dog's birthday.
And
it's that Last Supper with dogs.
Oh God. Yates takes it from you and just he is going to love this so much. I
thought that it's big enough you might be able to put it on a throw pillow.
I have a little chair next to his crate where I sit and talk to him before I have to leave for the day, and I'm gonna put this pillow there so he has company.
He's right where Jesus is.
You know, knowing the context of this and Joe being in your party, this feels like a little bit of a threat, but I'm gonna overlook that, and I'm definitely gonna put this on a. Didn't think you can. I'm a hugger. Are you a hugger? Do you If not, it's okay.
I think Din will just very awkwardly hug Agent Yates and like do the
there's
pat.
it's a very awkward work hug. Um,
There's that breathing room between the
mhm.
hug.
Absolutely, absolutely. And he's very touched by your present.
I'm going to go.
I'm gonna finish paperwork. Thanks.
I've got reports to file.
Yeah, me too. And with that, Yates comes back down to earth and sits down at his desk with a sigh.
Just ugly crying.
Just ugly crying, filling out some spreadsheets.
Joseph's gonna pop his head back in. What's this weakness I'm hearing? Oh, is that the really? And he just walks back into the other.
You see Agent Yates. His nose is red. His eyes are red, full on snotty crying.
Didn't even happen like that. Why would we all be on one side of the table?
That's a really good question. I hadn't thought of that.
Look, we just pulled two tables together, and we all sat on one side. It doesn't.
It'd be really hard to talk to someone that was like further down the road because then you'd have to lean over and talk over everybody.
And who's that white guy? He was from Bethlehem.
Well, they're all dogs in this.
They're all dogs.
Why did you make it a golden retriever?
I have a question. If they're all dogs, what is the Judas dog in this found online picture?
Din, what is the Judas dog?
What is the Judas dog name?
A beagle.
Oh.
I can't complain about that. I love beagles. Good work.
I knew it was your favorite dog.
You really see me, which is helpful when you pulled me out of hell for this eternal damnation of punishment that I'm serving. So thank you.
Of course, I see you. I have many eyes.
I hate it here.
Eden or Lucius, what are you two up to?
I think Lucius pointedly does not have anything snarky to say. He doesn't fuck with Yates at all, other than the like angry eyes. And as soon as they're just like, "Oh, you can go and do your thing," I think he just leaves.
Okay.
I think he doesn't make a show out of it, because he has one thought in his head right now, which is to get back home. And he has a sauna in his house, just a one-man sauna, and he's just like, that is where I need to go right now. That is where I need to be.
Okay.
Would you be cool with Joe noticing him dipping that?
Yeah, he's not making, like, he's not trying to make a show of it, but like, I think if anything, for Lucius, that is the equivalent of making a show of it.
Yeah, I think Joe's gonna try and track him down away from folks.
Okay. Easily enough done.
Hey, you weren't being an asshole, so what's wrong?
And he pauses, and you can see that like his eye, like his visible eye, is just kind of like doing that thing where it's like shifting because you're thinking about something. And he says, honestly, it hadn't crossed my mind.
To be an asshole, usually it's effortless for you.
That is true. But
Yeah,
I guess
I
I have to be paying attention to you first to be an asshole.
Oh, there it is. Thought you lost your chops on the flight home.
No, I just feel bad to being there, seeing everything as it was. I don't know if you noticed, I had a weird goat leg on one side for a hot second.
Oh yeah, I noticed. It was hilarious. My greatest regret is that I didn't get pictures, and that's saying something coming from me.
I'll stick around long enough and you'll see it again, my friend. Don't you worry. That being said, my suit is damaged. My body feels wrecked. It's like I am covered in ants. And I don't know if that is because of where we were, or the fact that we had not one but two buildings fall down and crash upon us.
Yeah, that's why I came out here. Actually, I'm just I don't like you, but I guess in a weird way, we're friends. So if you're my friend, that means that you can't die because you're doing something stupid. Because I have to get you killed. So quit doing stupid shit that puts your life at risk. You're fucking up my whole thing.
I will try harder not to die at the hands of random occurrences.
Good. All right, go. I don't know what you do. I guess put your elbow back where it belongs. It's looking a little saggy.
And he will nod, and says, and you go and word to the wise. Lick 7 of them. Put them back.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna give Yates shit about not having raisins after I took them all,
Oh, that's
but I
good
think
too.
this is a better play. Well, you know,
Like, cut into them, you know? Like, make sure that, like, you leave, like, a quarter of a bagel there. So that way it looks like somebody maybe, like, cut it in half once, cut it in half again. And, like, why not just take the whole bagel at that point? But you do that for multiple ones.
see, this is why you can't die. You're my douchebag sensei.
And he just gives, like, a very courteous bow, like a hats off.
Just immediately opening the bag is just gonna start licking bagels before he puts them back.
And Lucius's, the last thing that he'll say is that he puts a hand on your shoulder and he says, the piece de resistance. Use the same knife for the cream cheese and the jelly multiple times.
Oh, you really are a sick fuck. Yeah.
Lucius will just like pat you on the shoulder twice and just turn and like on his way.
No.
Well, we know what Joe's doing. Ruining breakfast.
That gave me like a visceral reaction the whole time. Good God. Yeah. I think in this time, not entirely sure where Eden would go, but she's gonna find some place to like kind of be alone to think for a little bit. Because now that everything's a little bit quieter, she's really trying to come to terms with this almost like cognitive dissonance that is happening between, being really close to humanity and like, having a pretty good relationship with them to now inheriting this crippling fear of them and what they can do. So she's really just trying to parse that out. And I'm actually going to use one of my found moves that I got.
Okay.
Called It Was Just Me for a Long Time. You spent many years alone before you were found by division. You have learned the wisdom of solitude, the strength of loneliness. Unlike other PCs, you may create a bond with yourself. When you choose the wisdom of solitude, tell everyone how you spend your time alone. What do you do? How is it calming, fruitful, or insightful? And you gain a bond with yourself that I can spend just like a normal bond. So yeah, I think the entire kind of like thought process starts like very stressful at first because it's Yeah, just two very opposing ideas. But given that she was more or less able to at least use the scarier part of it to her advantage against a harbinger, I think she tries to make a little bit more peace with it.
Okay. And do you have to roll with that move, or does it just happen?
It just happens.
Fantastic. Yeah. You do this and contemplate that harbinger. It was weird that it was just a normal human kid. You know? Those humans. What are they going to get up to next? Maybe it should have been 41 days.
Oh, my feels. Oh,
And as you all go off your separate ways to torment and relax, Lucius, you do make it home. And you get to use your sauna. It's relaxing and comfortable. And you nearly fall asleep in there, which you don't do, because you know that's dangerous, even for you. And as you're leaving, you hear a faint knock at your door.
Okay. So the idea that I think Lucius has been having and playing over and over, like he's in the sauna and he like almost falling asleep in there because he's been in there so long. It is all wrapped up in the beauty of the void of the door. Like he is just like actively like staying in that moment as best he can. So when he hears this, I think it kind of brings him out of it. And he will like put on a robe, like a smoking jacket kind of robe situation. He'll go over, he'll peer through he would probably have like Ring or something, like something installed. So like he'll pull up his video surveillance and like see who's at the door.
There's no one there, but you do see a package leaned against your door.
He'll lean down and take it.
You take it, and it is thin, about 12 inches by 12 inches. And it is wrapped in a standard brown paper tied with string. And beneath the string on the paper, you can see your name in a beautiful flowing script. Almost decorative and inviting. Lucius. Nothing else. When you look up and down the street, down your drive, you see no one there.
Okay. And if I rewind the surveillance footage, does it show anybody there, or does it like get staticky and weird? Like
it gets staticky and weird.
Of course it does. Yeah, so I think he'll bring it into the house, he'll close the door, go into his kitchen, where he has where the nearest available letter opener is, kind of thing, and it is just like this very nice looking knife that he just opens it.
You slide it along the edge where it is held shut, and you pull out an unmarked record.
And he'll sort of like look at it. Does it look like it's like etched on both sides or just one side?
Just one.
Okay. I think that yeah, I think that he'll sort of like look at it, and I'm gonna make the equivalent of a good boy roll. I'm gonna see what Lucius's thoughts on this are. So that he rolled low, which is not a good boy roll, and I think that he in his mind, somebody has a file on him that is related to harbingers.
Mhm.
Somebody was responsible for Man Bun becoming a harbinger, which means that they probably saw or knew what was happening and was within the vicinity of us coming out of the rubble, while Man Bun pointedly did not. So I think he is, under normal circumstances, he would wait for better judgment. But there is that sense of always a bridesmaid, never a bride, with relation to the harbingers. And I think he'll see which one says side A, and he'll put that on.
Okay. You put it on, and I'm assuming that Lucius, being Lucius, has a drink in hand and sits down to listen. And it's quiet for a moment as the needle finds its place. And then you hear the opening notes. And as you listen, Don't Fear the Reaper by Blue Oyster Cult begins to play. And that, for the audience, is where the camera pulls back further down the street, pulling out from Lucius's house, as a figure with a dark hood over their head, obscuring their face, walks quickly down the street, seemingly unnoticed by anyone who walks by them. And that's where we're going to leave off for tonight.
Hooray! That's fun. I'm excited for this.
I think I like that the credits will roll on Blue Oyster Cult. I love that a lot.
Yep. A little shorter tonight, but I think that's a good end spot.
So the camera's panning up right when it's like doing the like guitar intro for it, but when it does the hard cut to black with the title credits, that's when the cowbell strikes, like the first cowbell, and it goes black, and that just has ding 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 ding. Oh my god, incredible. Yes, I'm excited. I don't know what's happening. I'm terrified, and this game is great. I am having a blast, but I always have a blast whenever y'all are on the channel. Hey, Sarah, where can we find you? What do you do?
Hey everybody, my name's Sarah Roberts. You can find me all over the internet, but I have something really important coming up, and I will pull up the actual link so that I have it in front of my eyeballs. I was not prepared to go first. I'm sorry. Thanks to Simon. A link for Tiltify for this will be coming up shortly in chat. In a couple weeks, I will be taking part in Roll for Wishes 2023, benefiting the Make-A-Wish Foundation International with Legends of Logomancy. And you can affect the game in very chaotic ways with your donation, either before the stream or after the stream. We'll be streaming for 9 hours straight on October 28th on YouTube. And I will announce those specific start times once we have settled on them as a group. But we are currently taking in donations. Every little bit counts. And there's a lot of really silly, fun things that you can give us. And our goal is $5,000, and we're currently at $51 raised. So this is a really big event sponsored by Kobold Press, Make-A-Wish themselves, and Reaper Minis. And there's going to be a whole bunch of other smaller donors. So if you want to come and just tune in, there are going to be some special codes that folks sponsoring the show will be putting up on the screen for people that you can get discounts at some of your favorite nerdy places, including places that sell minis, coffees, TTRPG supplements. And I believe proceeds from those may be going into the final tally of what we donate. So yeah, that's me. That's my big thing. Give charity money. Please do.
Yeah.
Do it. All right, I'm guessing I'm going next. If not, I'm taking the mic. Hi everybody, I'm Noor. You can find me all over the internet at Twitter, Twitch as Noor Enigma at Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Hive, Blue Sky, Threads, OnlyFans, everything. Like the whole that last was a joke, or is it? Right now, I am auditioning to be the host of one podcast, One Shot Network podcast. So go over there, check that podcast out if you like it. They have a survey at oneshotnetwork.com. You can let folks know that you like me as a host. That'll count as a vote for me. That'd be a pretty cool gig. So I'd appreciate the votes. Also, every Monday you can find me over on Alt Haven for our game, The Legacy of Silver Creek, where I play essentially Aloe from the Horizon Zero Dawn game, and I have a pet Tyrannosaurus named Kimmy. For Kimberly. Yeah, it's a Power Ranger joke. But other than that, oh, right. And Morning Ritual. You can find us every Saturday over on Critical Misses for Morning Ritual. Our guest this week is Dinkles. So if you like nerdy D&D stuff and music, you should check out that episode. Okay, that's it. Now you can stop perceiving me. I don't exist. I was never here.
And Noir mentioned Morning Ritual. That is the show that he and I host together. Hi, I'm Anita, otherwise known as Panita on the internet. I'm also the channel runner for Critical Misses, which is a TTRPG space that does inclusive APs around and that sort of thing. We've got our new season of shows coming up shortly, so we're going to be starting casting for that soon. We've got 2 fun games. One's like a sort of like mech drama, and the other one's going to be like a bunch of sidekicks coming into their own. So check it out if you want to sign up for those games. I'll be putting up the sign-up calls for those on Monday. Other than that, I'm a TTRPG streamer, graphic designer, producer, and cat mom about the space. I'm here on Sundays. On Saturdays, we do Morning Ritual. And on Tuesdays, you can find me over on Modifius's channel for Star Trek Adventures Actual Play. And that's it. That's all. That's me.
There's so many things. That's awesome. Hey everybody, I'm SirHeckaLot. You can find me on pretty much everywhere on the internet at SirHeckaLot, including Twitch, Itch, Twitter for as long as it's still around. I'm on Blue Sky more so than that at this point. Pretty much everywhere. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander a whole lot. As mentioned earlier, I did do the intro video for this lovely show. If you're interested in having short videos edited for your channel, or things like promo images, streaming overlays, that kind of stuff, hit up my portfolio. It's out there. I actually put it together, which is wild. So go check it out. It's usually pinned at the top of all of my social medias. Other than that, I do a bunch of AP stuff. At least for this week, it is mostly my off week, but I am doing one Call of Cthulhu one shot this Wednesday over on Lost Caravan RPG, because I love myself some Call of Cthulhu. And then on Saturday, coming Saturday, the 30th, is the Battle of the Bags over on Magic Academy, which is a capture the flag type event. There's going to be 8 players, 2 teams of 4 against each other, and the goal is to capture the other flag, which is a bag of holding, and combine it with yours and send everybody into the astral plane. I just need to check who is in chat. Okay. Yes, none of them are in chat, so I'm going to give a little bit of insight to what I'm playing. I'm playing a College of Glamour bard, and is my first serious D&D character that I ever played, so it's going to be great. It's going to be a really good time. I'm super duper excited. That's for their 1-year channel anniversary, and it's going to be cool. But yeah, that's it for me.
And if you've made it this far, you probably already know who I am, but if you don't, hey Acorns, what's up? It's me, your buddy, your pal, your friend, the Indoor Adventurer, the showrunner here at twitch.tv/indooradventures. If this is your first time joining us, you can go to youtube.com/indooradventures to check up on all of the VODs of each of the games that we have played up until this point. Or if you're looking for more stuff, hey, we got a Patreon. Patreon, of course, has our after show called Nights in the Courtyard, where we answer questions not only from each other, but also from the community. We have that after show right after we play our games, which at 3 p.m. PST, PDT, Pacific time, we have Apocalypse Keys, and then on Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific time, that is when we have our 4 Keeps Homebrew D&D 5e campaign. We have maybe about 6 sessions left of that campaign from levels 1 through 20, and it's been a blast. So after this tonight, I'm going to be prepping like a madman because we got some fun shit planned for tomorrow's show. But that being said, that is it for tonight's game. So I'd like to say once again, thank you to everybody who decided to stop on by. Sarah, thank you so much for running this game. This has been a blast. And thank you to all of these players for putting up with our bullshit once again this week. And we'll see all of you guys next time. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.